Next, on the world's most amazing videos. Rocketing race cars. Fanatical freestylers. Surf-slamming speedboats. They all crash and burn. First, a daredevil biker blows an 80-foot jump. Then, a nitro-fueled drag boat disintegrates at 200 miles an hour. Plus, extreme jumpers test their skill above a foam pit, but one takes it too far. And later, a high-octane fight to the finish. Oh boy, here we go! Ends in a pulverizing knockout. They hit! Oh, no! These are the incredible true life stories of people who faced their most desperate hour and lived to tell about it. Everything you are about to see is real. Real people, real danger, real excitement. Get ready to experience the thrill of a lifetime. You are about to witness the world's most amazing videos. Tonight, crash and burn.
Anne Arundel County, Maryland. Professional stunt bikers use a giant foam pit to safely test out their tricks. Today, novice Tommy Pasamente gives it a whirl on his bicycle. No sweat.
Ooh, backflip, baby.
Tommy amps it up, grabbing his street bike for a backflip attempt. Tommy fails, but gets a tip from the cameraman.
You can go twice as fast.
He takes the advice, but this time decides to try a front flip. Bad idea. Tommy somersaults 30 feet in the air, but his momentum carries him beyond the pit. Friends find him writhing in pain.
Somebody got an ambulance? Left leg, ow.
But incredibly, this first-time daredevil sustains only a broken foot and torn knee ligaments.
I can't even put into words how scared I was of actually dying, because it felt like my lungs collapsed, and that was the last breath I ever took was before I hit the ground.
Tommy wasn't convinced he could pull a front flip, but he thought the attempt would entertain his pals. He cranks the bike to 60 miles an hour, and almost immediately his dream seems possible.
As soon as I lift the lip, I'm hanging off the front of this thing, and I'm ecstatic. I'm going through the air, and it's going forward, and I'm doing a front flip. I'm doing a front flip on a street bike. I look down, and there's no foam pit. I'm pooping my pants. My left foot was the first thing to hit, and it just exploded. I felt pins, needles, fire.
The impact tears Tommy's shoes from his feet. His knee is shattered. But it's a much better outcome than anyone thought possible, including Tommy himself.
I've never been more thankful in my life for being alive.
Elkhart Lake, Wisconsin. Driver Catherine Legg is new on the Champ Car circuit. During the race, this rookie is leaving her competitors eating dust. With just a few laps to go, she's in position for a top 5 finish. Until disaster. Speeding into a turn, Catherine loses control. At 160 miles per hour, she rockets into the wall. The brutal force rips her vehicle to shreds. Track workers rush in, unsure if Catherine has even survived. But miraculously, she's not only alive, she comes through without a single scratch.
When you look at the way the accident happened, if it had happened slightly differently, then I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you today, so I'm very fortunate.
The trouble starts when a back wing breaks off, heading into a hairpin curve. Before Catherine can react, she's flying end over end. Her head hits the turf in the rolling tornado. Thankfully, the driver compartment stays intact as the rest of the car splinters apart. Catherine shakes off the terrifying wipeout to the delight of her fans. But it serves as a graphic reminder that on the track, every turn can be for the worse.
If you're a race car driver, you have a healthy respect for the dangers, but it is one of the things you sign on for. It's just one of the consequences that, you know, in the back of your mind could happen.
Red Bluff, California. At the Nitro Nationals drag boat races, team owner Eddie Knox watches his boat set a new speed record.
We had built a special set of propellers just for this type of water, and consequently broke the world record, ran over 263 miles an hour.
Now, Eddie's driver, Dale Ishimuro, prepares to defend the title against the next contender. But this race will find him breaking more than a record. It's a devastating crash. Running over 200 miles an hour, one of Dale's propellers snaps off. The boat launches into the air and flings its massive engine block toward the other craft. The Challenger is okay, but no one knows what's happened to Dale. It turns out Dale's capsule ejected on impact. But as emergency crews rush out to save him, Eddie is worried.
It's probably one of the worst wrecks I've ever seen. You're kind of just frozen in your footsteps because Dale's not just a driver. He's really a good friend. He's a good family man. And so it's immediate shock.
Divers reach the cockpit and make a terrifying discovery. It's open and taking on water. By the time they reach Dale, their worst fears are realized. His helmet is filled with water. He's drowning in his own suit. They free him from his gear and desperately try to revive the unconscious racer. Eddie is afraid his pursuit to be the fastest may have cost him one of his best friends.
I didn't know if he was okay, if he wasn't. There was no way of telling.
Finally, Dale comes to. He has a broken back. But amazingly, his time underwater did not cause any brain damage. The racer will have a long road to recovery. The accident convinces him to retire.
It's not going to be easy to replace him. As a matter of fact, it's not possible to replace him. But the fact that he'll get to watch his kids grow up and maybe get to go watch another boat race another day, we feel pretty good about that.
Coming up, a wannabe biker suffers a bone-crushing setback. And a sudden storm on a racetrack triggers a flood of destruction. Plus, a high-flying bike jump comes up painfully short. Next on the world's most amazing videos, Crash. Now, back to the world's most amazing videos, Crash and Burn.
Newport, Oregon. Freestyler Cleve Beelard tests out some moves for an upcoming show at the local fair. A few days later, the practice pays off as his tricks wow the crowd. But practice doesn't always make perfect. His motorcycle stalls as he charges up the ramp. Cleve plunges straight for the landing pad's front edge. His head whiplashes into the metal. Fellow performers rush to his aid. When paramedics arrive, they fear Cleve may be paralyzed. The crushing blow has fractured his back. He'll spend the next 30 days immobile in a hospital bed. But to everyone's surprise, he recovers without any permanent damage.
I'm lucky I didn't die. After my bike bogged, I knew something was gonna happen bad. I just kind of closed my eyes and hope for the best.
Despite the accident, Cleve continues to ride. But he's more aware than ever that any jump could be his last. Watkins Glen Racetrack, New York. Even under ideal conditions, this 2.5-mile course is a monster. Today, its size leads to an unexpected twist. While cars run in the clear at one end, storm clouds roil in at the other. A sudden downpour catches driver Kevin Buckler and another racer off guard. Kevin hydroplanes through a turn, careening off the wet pavement. Both he and a competitor slam into the wall, disintegrating the protective barrier. Now they're pinned against the rail, sitting ducks in front of the pack. Kevin is in trouble. Before he can bail out, he's creamed by a car running 70 miles an hour. In seconds, the track teems with medics. They're astonished to learn that Kevin has only superficial injuries.
I think I kind of dodged a bullet on that one because of how much stuff happened so fast. It was just violent. It was crazy. The white Corvette just smashed in the back of me. Getting hit from behind like that, it could have killed me real easily.
Kevin Buckler will be back behind the wheel in no time. But he won't forget the day this wet racetrack nearly hung him out to dry. Sudelfeld, Germany. Riding his bike for the cameras, television producer Jürgen Brunner gets some footage for a low-budget production about motorcycles. His photographer is side by side, shooting some close-ups. When suddenly, approaching a narrow bridge, Jürgen speeds ahead of the camera car. But his back tire loses traction at 30 miles an hour. The injured Jürgen falls unconscious. He's airlifted to an emergency room. Hours later, he'll slowly come to.
I open my eyes and recognize that I'm in hospital, and I'm pretty irritated because I don't know why at all.
When Jürgen is shown the brutal outtake, he realizes just how fortunate he was.
I'm pretty lucky not being thrown over the wall because it is going down 30 feet. I would have been probably killed.
Jürgen suffers 2 broken toes and a fractured wrist. But at least this producer can get credit for doing his own stunts.
Still to come, an ATV freestyler gets bounced from a competition. Then, a mother records her son's big race, but witnesses her worst nightmare.
That's my son!
And a spill on the speedway sparks a fiery fiasco. When the world's most amazing videos crash and burn.
Waterford, Connecticut. It's another Saturday night at the racetrack, where Jean Fritchley regularly enjoys watching her son Jay race.
He had his NASCAR license before he had his Connecticut state license. It was a dream of his to run stock cars.
But tonight, as Jay's number 28 car jostles for position, Jean has a sense of dread.
There was a lot of bumping and banging by the drivers on the track. It seemed to be like it was going to be a bad day.
Her gut instinct is spot on.
Len Colvin is back to authority in car number 5. Colvin in the lead. Tires in trouble, hits the wall hard.
An aggressive fender bump sends 2 cars skidding out at the front of the pack. Caught in the middle, Jay's car is thrown into a horrific death roll. Jean panics. She rushes to the track, terrified her boy has just been killed. With no sign of movement from Jay's car, things look grim. But then...
Unbelievable! Driver is out of the car. We need all fans off the track, into the stands, please.
Down. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay. He's okay.
Jay emerges with only a slight concussion.
Just seeing all the cars that were wrecked, I couldn't believe that it just happened in that matter of time. I just remember turning down low and trying to avoid it. The next thing I knew, I was facing the sky, and my crew chief said, hang on. And that's what I did. It was hanging on for a ride.
Yes, man, I'm fine. Come on, guys.
At that point, I didn't know that he was 100% okay, but I knew he was alive. And I knew it was going to be okay.
Incredibly, no one is seriously injured in the horrifying high-speed pileup.
I do feel very lucky that I came out of it the way I did.
Lusatia, Germany. Motorcycle racers hit the throttle in one of Europe's toughest competitions.
Molto bene. Lucas Gassa.
The Superstock 1000 at the Euro Speedway.
Claudio Corti è secondo, al centrogruppo abbiamo visto.
They jockey for position in a wheel-to-wheel frenzy, fighting for the early lead. But in seconds, they'll be fighting for their lives.
Diciamo così, non tamponare. Oh, che caduta Polita! Che caduta Polita! Aiuto! Aiuto Polita in mezzo alla pista! Ah! Marcello! Aiuto!
An Italian rider pushing 90 miles per hour overshoots the turn. His motorcycle wobbles and goes airborne. He's nearly crushed by his own bike. Then just misses being run over. Racers scatter, but one is on a collision course with the wreckage. As the Italian gets to his feet, he sees the second man crash at 80 miles per hour and fly head over heels from the exploding fireball. Spectators fear they've just witnessed the ultimate tragedy. But then, from the smoke, the thrown biker crawls to the infield. He's in shock, but alive. He makes it out with only minor injuries, while the first rider walks away unscathed. Both motorcycles are reduced to twisted carcasses. But thankfully, today's casualties end up in the scrap heap.
Che caduta Polita! Che caduta Polita!
Not the morgue.
In mezzo alla pista! Ah! Marcello! Aiuto!
Weston Beach, England. The annual ATV competition attracts hundreds of riders. Many are here for the races. others for the freestyle show. Daredevils soar through the sky with dangerous jumps. But not all of them land their tricks. Driver Christian Gagnon attempts a backflip. But rainy weather slicks the track, leaving him short on speed. Christian violently body slams onto the metal platform. His 300-pound quad pile drives him in the back. Knocked unconscious, he topples to the ground. Officials desperately look for any signs of life. Amazingly, despite the vicious landing, Christian escapes with only a sprained wrist and broken leg. Not bad, considering this showstopper almost cost him his life.
Just ahead, a speedboat catastrophe torpedoes a pilot into the drink. Plus, a sprint car driver spews a trail of flaming gas.
We got a fuel spill in Pilots number 5 car.
And it's headed right for his tank. And a highway hot dog gets burned with some nasty road rash. That's CEOs. Crash and burn.
Needles, California. On a beautiful day at the river, friends watch as Paul Curry revs up his boat. But his high speed costs a high price. Paul catches air on a small wave. He slams down at over 100 miles an hour. He's catapulted across the water. At this velocity, it's like hitting concrete. The demolished boat sinks in seconds.
It's okay, Paul. It's okay.
I had no feeling from my chest down, and it was hard to breathe. And I thought I broke my back.
But Paul's in luck. Many of his fellow boaters are trained rescuers.
Guy in the cruiser's a fireman.
They quickly assess Paul before pulling him from the water. They keep him stable as they rush to land, where medical personnel await.
I found out I had 4 busted ribs and a collapsed lung.
The speedboater eventually makes a full recovery. But there was a moment when he thought this was the end.
I have 3 other sons, and I didn't want to leave them. No, I didn't want to do this to them.
Thanks to his buddy's actions, Paul Curry's need for speed didn't cost him his life. Marysville, California. As the green flag drops, 12 sprint cars punch the pedal at Raceway Park. Packed bumper to bumper, they're lucky if they can avoid dangers right in front of them. Much less behind them.
We got a fuel spill in Pilots number 5 car. He's got a hot spot behind him.
A stalled racer sends drivers diving aside. Greg Blevins in car 5 ducks low. unaware his car has caught on fire. As flames chew at his ruptured gas tank, Greg is now a speeding time bomb.
He's coming over to turn number 3, unknown to the driver that he's got this flash of fuel behind him.
The 59 car races to his side in a frantic attempt to warn him. An official waves the black flag. Still clueless to the lit fuse stalking him, he slows to a stop. But as pit crews rush toward him, the fuel leak suddenly explodes. Greg struggles to escape the inferno. His boots are on fire as he dives to the ground. Finally, the flames are doused. Shaken but unharmed, Greg returns to the shell of what could have been his last ride. There's no checkered flag for car number 5 tonight. But Greg Blevins did win a race against a trailing specter of death. Germantown, Maryland. These professional stunt bikers use their free time to pull wild tricks on public roads. But Kenny Kelly knows their highway hijinks are highly illegal. And for good reason. With traffic hot on his tail, Kenny pops a wheelie. But his exhaust pipe hits the ground. And both body and bike slam onto the pavement. Luckily, trailing cars swerve around the stuntman. And Kenny's helmet saves him from certain death.
I remember the feeling that I just couldn't stop myself from going back any further. My skull hit the ground and gave me a good jolt, and it twisted my neck. If I wasn't wearing a helmet on this day, I would be 100% dead.
Stunned, he scrambles off the road, where he and his pals are confronted by an angry cop.
I thought, this officer's gonna realize I learned my lesson. He's gonna let me go, but it wasn't the case. Everybody went to jail.
Kenny's ride is impounded. A tough but valuable lesson.
I was really dumb for going out there.
It's a bitter taste of justice to go along with his taste of blacktop.
Up next, a sprint car rockets off the track, crashing in a tangle of twisted steel. Then, a soaring stunt in the snow will put a rider on ice. Amazing videos, crash and burn.
Mammoth, California. In a city known for its skiing and snowboarding, motocrosser Dave Barrett is cranking up the action on the slopes. Dave and his biker friends build a ramp out of hard-packed snow. But not every jump ends with a picture-perfect landing. Dave catches big air, but comes down hard. His front tire drills into the snow, bouncing Dave headfirst over the handlebars. The biker suffers more than just a bruised ego.
You got a bruised kidney, bruised pancreas, bruised bladder, then I don't even know what else, big headache.
Hopefully, the next time he hits the mountains for some tricky air, the mountains won't hit back. Santa Maria, California. Driving his brand new sprint car, racer Jason May contends for the checkered flag. But his push for the lead will trap him in a web of danger. A collision sends Jason flipping a dozen times. He crashes onto a fence, landing upside down. Inside the smoldering wreckage, he spots a fuel leak dripping past his face. But hanging headfirst by his straps, he can't reach the shutoff switch. He's trapped in a powder keg that could blow at any moment. Track personnel struggle to release Jason from his safety belt. It takes several tense moments to stop the gas flow and finally pull him free. Jason's okay, but very shaken by his bone-rattling smash-up.
I took off flying and did approximately 10 to 13 flips through the air. If a spark or something was there, there was a possibility that the whole car could burst into flames.
Jason's drive for first place cost him his car and almost his life.
Coming up. Oh boy, here we go. A bumper-grinding duel on the backstretch blasts a racer off the asphalt. Oh, no! Very big accident. That's next on the world's most amazing video. Now, back to the world's most amazing videos. Crash and burn.
Lexington, Ohio.
And now we got a two-car battle for the lead.
At the Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, the quest for a title is coming down to two bitter rivals.
Joey Hand is not going to just roll over for you here.
Joey Hand leads the pack. But right on his bumper is Paul Edwards, desperate to pass.
Oh boy, here we go. Edwards trying for the inside, and he's hard on the brakes now.
They might make contact here.
Oh, that was close.
With only a lap and a half to go, Paul cuts to the inside with devastating results.
Oh, he touched him. They hit.
Oh,
no! Very big accident. Very, very big accident. We gotta hope for Joey Hand that he's all right. Multiple flips.
The hit knocks Joey onto the grass. He launches off an incline and somersaults 6 times in a twisting explosion of parts. The battered vehicle finally comes to a stop. Emergency workers hurry over. They find Joey crawling out, dizzy and disoriented, but amazingly okay.
I was happy to be alive. Anytime you get airborne in a 2,700-pound car, you know you're in trouble, no matter what. It was definitely slow motion. It was definitely like, boom, I'm gonna feel that hit. And then I know it's coming. I knew every hit was coming.
EMTs are stunned to find that Joey came through without a single broken bone. The harrowing accident tore his car to ribbons, but it didn't put a dent in Joey's love of racing.
The chances of that happening again are the same as we win the lottery, so I'm going to go ahead and play those chances.
Oh, he touched him. They hit.
Oh, no!
Very big accident. Very, very big accident.
Whether it's a fight to the finish line, an aerial assault, or just a practice run gone awry, these thrill junkies know that when they chase the high of victory, there's always the risk that they'll crash and burn. Join us next time for more of the world's most amazing videos.